The trade war may have farmers feeling uncertain, but consumers need agriculture as much as investors need returns. Is this stock a fertile way for home gamers to invest in the American heartland?
Even though the president for the moment has been de-escalating the trade war rhetoric, we've got a new round of talks with China coming later this week. We also know that it could flare up again at any moment. I keep telling you that the United States is in much better shape than China, especially with the Fed's quarter-point rate cut today. But there are still some sectors that tend to be caught in the crossfire. And you know which one really is just front and center? Agriculture. That's why a stock like Deere substantially lagged the S&P 500 year to date. But some of the ag plays have been able to defy this gravitational pull, like Agco, the big maker of farming equipment, with a stock that's up more than 35% for the year. How do they do it? Agco's smaller, it's more nimble, and most important, it has a lot less U.S. exposure, 20% of sales versus Deere, more than 50%. Yet this company is thriving in a challenged global environment, and we want to know why. So we have invited Martin Richenhagen, he's the chairman and CEO of Agco Corp, to come on over. And this time, he's decided to show, not just tell. Bring along some fabulous new hardware. Look at that combine. Mr. Richenhagen, welcome back to Mad Money. Good to see you, Martin. How are you?
Thank you very much.
Okay, now, Martin.
Great job you did with the weather. You control everything.
Well, no, I do control it. Well, I do have that magical powers.
Yes.
Now, look behind me. Is something that is really what people are thinking about right now. They're not really thinking about us. So please, before we even get started, what the heck is this thing?
This is a combine harvester, and this basically is a little factory on wheels. It's cutting, it's cleaning, it's threshing, it's doing the whole job, and at the end you have a pure corn, the purest one in the industry. No dirt in it, no stones, nothing.
Well, okay, so the reason why this is emblematic is what I see that you've been doing is you've been reinventing the company. Some of these analysts have been saying, well, you know what, this is just a combination of brands. This is like no other machine, right?
Yes, we had the opportunity. Massey Ferguson invented the self-propelled combine years ago, centuries ago, and so we decided to do something completely new and to reinvent the combine because we want to differentiate ourselves, and that is how you can gain market share also in difficult markets like the US.
How much does this cost?
About $850,000.
That's all?
If you bought it now, you have a deal for $800,000.
I don't know, man. I could use one of these.
And then I leave it here.
That's actually not that expensive. The reason I say that is because if it's a technological marvel, how many machines does this replace?
It would replace maybe, I would say, something like 4 conventional smaller ones.
Well, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Now, tell me about how things are doing, because you've got a great European presence. Latin America's been going well. Your diversity really does explain how some of these economies are doing better than others.
I think this is the advantage, and that is by purpose, that we always wanted to be globally diverse. And so that means one market is doing better than the others. And in history, we figured out that always was the case. So Europe is doing slightly better. South America might come back. Now the US is suffering a little bit. We are pretty much on schedule in the US. We are fine. So we will make our guidance, hopefully.
You do have some small Asia Pacific. How's that doing?
Well, actually, we lost we basically did build tractors, small tractors we brought to the US. We had to change that. They come now from South America.
Because of the tariffs.
Wow, and so
okay.
and that did hit us a little bit, so we lost quite some volume in the factory. But we think we can replace that through domestic Chinese business.
So there's an example. You've been ingenious and been able to make it so that you still beat your quarters, even though you had a tariff issue.
My idea was, let's say, with all the unrest and the kind of disruptive influence you get from all over the world, my idea was to be independent and to fix things we can do on our own and to improve things. So we are pretty much we are very focused on margin improvements, and so that works very well so far.
Now, we had Speaker Pelosi on last night. Farmers in each country are cherished. Why is it that there's ever any cyclicality? I mean, can't the government subsidize the farmers if they run into a problem in a trade war?
I think subsidies in general go down.
Okay.
The American farmers are getting some more subsidies than usual. Normally they only do have crop insurance. Okay. We have a great Secretary of Agriculture, our former governor of Georgia, who knows us. We are in Atlanta, and he does the right things. He's maybe the best guy in the whole administration. He knows that, let's say, trade barriers and tariffs are not perfect. Business likes free trade. And so he is very supportive, because the American farmers lost most of their corn, beans, pig, and chicken business in China.
That's incredible. That's a huge market.
I'm almost sure that the president didn't know that so well.
What do you mean he wasn't that for?
That they would react like this.
Okay.
I think it was a surprise. Maybe not. I don't know.
No, I think it really escalated everything. I think he didn't think that they would just go right after. I mean, that was incredible. Now, the whole time that we've been talking, in the years that we've been talking, you always had more faith. The analysts always, now the analysts are coming in. They all like it. Yeah. But you bought, in 5 years, you went from 93 million shares to 76 million shares. You bought the whole time, and it turned out to be. You got a bargain.
I bought and earned, of course, also, so to say. I'm close to owning $1 million, so all included.
You own $1 million,
yes,
really?
Yes.
Well, that's you're selling a lot of these.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just go down in kind of lightning round fashion. How's Russia doing?
Russia is okay.
Okay.
So the problem with Russia is it has by far more potential than it's really showing.
Right.
And people, let's say. What is good is you can now own land privately, so that means farmers can securitize investments, so that's slightly better, but it's still slow and it's difficult. We have a very good joint venture partner there, so therefore I think we are growing step by step. Brazil is okay. A lot of pressure in the marketplace still, insecurity, the government, farmers are not really confident about the new president so much, while in general I think they support him. Germany is doing pretty well. Of course, the German farmers are still also, they think about Brexit, and they think about, let's say, now the new trade agreement the EU does with the Mercosur country. Will now product come in, cheap chicken from Mexico and things like that. So they're always a little nervous. So when you talk to a German farmer, he would never tell you, I'm doing very well. So they would always only complain. That's their mindset.
Well, look, I don't want to bury the lead. This is a technological marvel. It will probably, I would bet, take share from competitors.
Yes.
And by the way, these are not metal.
No.
Okay, they look like they're metal, but they're new composites that snap right back. And you and I will take this on I-95 after. We'll just take a spin. Can we do that?
I can tell you the great thing. This thing works fully automatic. So that means you don't have to be an expert anymore. It's user-friendly, and that's what we want it to be. High-tech, but not in a way that you need to be an engineer in order to operate it.
Well, then, I'm going to take it for a spin, maybe even without Caleb, the guy who knows how to use it. I can do it myself, believe me. All right, that's Martin Richenhagen. He's the chairman, president, CEO of Agco, a winner all the way. Mad Money's back after the break.
Thank
you. Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.